So I don't know why it happened, but the video just started. I was sitting here trying to figure out, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? Listening to the birds in the background. They're back there somewhere, going. "Ow, ow, 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 ow." You can hear them every once in a while. But I came out. I just got home from work, right? And figured I'd get me some breakfast and sit out here on the swing and enjoy a nice morning. Uh, it's probably 10:30 in the morning right now, 10:30 a.m. Um, 4th of July was just celebrated over the weekend, our Independence Day celebration. And it's really funny, how people celebrate differently in different regions. Um, you know, for the most part, it's all basically the same celebration, right? People do basically the same thing. They get together with family or friends, and they have food. They enjoy maybe some beverages, and you know maybe have a cookout, maybe do some hot dogs and hamburgers and maybe some chicken or something like that, and some s'mores. Well, my family, we've come up with a new tradition. It's actually a very, very old tradition, but we've decided to go ahead and go back to the olden ways of doing celebrations here in our region. And while we were doing this, I realized that our neighbors were doing the same thing, exactly the same thing. So we don't do fireworks, we do firearms. We didn't have a cookout, we had a shootout. So each of us took target practice on a cardboard box. We had 2 cardboard boxes set up out there. So we each took turns, had a variety of different types of tools to use to put holes in those little boxes. Some big holes, bunch of little holes, but some big holes. And anyway, we were talking, and there are a lot of times when people talk about how they celebrate and what it's all about, and everything like this. But we were discussing what we were hearing in the distance around us, and you can pick out what is fireworks by the sound it makes. Some of them look pretty in the sky when they're going off and stuff like that, but for the most part, you hear the sounds. You don't always see them in the distance, but you hear the sounds and what they sound like. And but firearms have different sounds. And we were listening in the distance, and we had neighbors in every direction target practicing. We realized that we live in Militiaville. Every darn one of our neighbors were out there doing target practicing on 4th of July. And, we're just fitting right in. And a lot of fireworks, a lot of pretty fireworks in the sky at night. But, you sit and you listen in the distance, and you hear, you hear what sounds like somebody, doing some practicing with a pistol. And then in the distance, in another direction, you hear somebody with an automatic or a semi-automatic rifle. You can tell the difference between them. And then other times you hear like a big boom, boom, and it's not fireworks, it's somebody shooting a shotgun. You know, they all sound different. But anyway,
Are you hearing the birds out there?
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if I showed you in a video, but
In the back of my old Chevy pickup truck sitting out there.
I put some trash bags out there. I was going to run it to the dump because we don't have. We're out in the country here. You know, we don't have trash pickup. You know, the city and county don't send a truck out here, so we got to take care of it ourselves. We either got to haul it to the dump or we got to get a burn barrel and burn it, one or the other. And right now we don't have a burn barrel,
So I've got a dumpster. That's my white dumpster out there. And then back there I've got 2 red dumpsters. So anyway,
got plenty of dumpsters to put our trash in, trash bags. But
in the back of the
white pickup truck there, I had put some trash bags, and we were hearing birds and seeing shadows of big birds that were flying circles around, and we realized the buzzards were coming down and getting into the back of the white pickup truck and tearing into the bags. Apparently we had some rotisserie chicken or something like that had gone bad and had been put in one bag, and then in some other bags we had chicken bones from chickens that we had eaten for a meal. And those buzzards, man, they could smell anything like that from a mile or 2 away and come in and hone in on it and find it. So that's what they did. They were
in the back of my pickup truck out there.
And I don't know if any of you ever looked at one of those buzzards up close, but there's a couple of different types of buzzards. There are some that are they're all like black in color, but there's some that have like gray necks and gray heads. And then there are some that they call turkey vultures. They're bigger and they have like red necks and red heads. And they kind of got something under here similar to a turkey. And I was sitting up on the deck of the house over there, and I was looking out there, and there was a turkey vulture
sitting over here. I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? See the shed right there? Oh, yeah, right back there, the shed. There's a big old turkey vulture sitting on top of that shed back there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I bet I could hit that with my 22. So I went in the house, got my 22, and I was standing out there and I was thinking, I'm going to get that thing. But the bird, where's my finger? The bird jumped up and flew over to my truck, was sitting on my truck. And I was like, oh yeah, the bird's closer. I'm definitely going to be able to hit it. And then I was like, oh no, what if I miss and hit my truck? I don't want to hit my truck. You know, I don't want to put a
bullet hole in my windshield or nothing like that. So I decided I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave them alone and let them do whatever they're doing. So anyway, I'm enjoying my swing sitting out here. Got some blue skies. Can you know, some blue skies. I'm up under the tree. Had to clean the swing off because I don't know if you can see it, but the swing kind of gets bird poop on it. Anyway, enjoying a beverage. You know, we're thinking about making our own beer. We've got like space on our property here, you know, on our I've been calling it our homestead. Sometimes I call it our brewstead. because you know, a lot of times we're doing stuff out here and we're talking about, you know, what we can grow, you know, for food, what we can grow for making beer, what we can grow to feed the animals, you know. So we got the feed plots, you know, for the deer and the turkey, and we're doing some raised bed gardens out there for us. And there is a sweat bee trying to get my knuckle. Get off of me. God, I hate these. I shoo him away and he goes right back to the same spot. Go away. Dang it. Okay, he's coming right back. Ah, get off. Okay. Sorry. I don't like sweat bees. They're just so annoying. Ugh. So anyway, we're thinking about growing a barley, growing our malt, different things like that. And I'm gonna have to squish a sweat bee. Get off. All right, now that I'm trying to film him, he's not coming back. Okay, come on. Okay, no, he's not coming back. And we're thinking about hops, right? So we're investigating hops. Can we grow hops in our region? Can we grow? I know we can grow grapes. We can. There are vineyards around. We can do grapes. We can do raspberries, strawberries, all the different fruit trees. We can't do citrus here because we get frost and freezing and stuff like that, and it would destroy the citrus trees. We could if we had them in greenhouses or under cover or of some sort to protect them. But for the most part, we can't do that here. We're in Zone 7. But anyway, we're discussing, getting some hops, growing our own hops, growing our own barley, wheat, anything that we need, for making the different types of beers. And of course, we'd have to order some of our brewer's yeast, and have the equipment and stuff like that. But, that's what we're thinking about doing. Just we want to be able to say we did it from scratch, and have, folks come out and do a little taste test, do a little, we can have a little cookout, cook some hot dogs and hamburgers and s'mores and do a test, of have everybody let us know how we're doing. Now that's the sweat bee just came back. But anyway, I'm really enjoying being out here. Of course, right there on this side of that fence back there, right behind my big old forehead, and right next to that truck, right in that area, we're going to be putting in some raised beds, doing some gardening. That'll be our big kitchen garden. And then the other one over there, I guess you could see it this way. Let me turn the phone. Over there, on the other side of that fence, that's our big veggie garden that we're going to be putting in, the 50 foot by 150 feet. That's going to be a big one. And then back here, another good sized one. And then there's an area in the Back40 back there where we're going to do some orchards, for the different fruit trees and stuff like that. So y'all make sure to come back and look at some of our videos, because we're going to be doing a bunch of gardening, building out our raised bed gardens, doing our no-till gardening, doing fruit trees, some animals, building out a chicken coop, getting us some quail, hatching the quail, and hatching our own chickens, maybe even some, what do they call them? I forget what they call them. Another type of bird that goes around and, guineas. Yeah, guineas, so they can go around and eat the bad ticks and bugs and things like that. And guineas are pretty good about that. You get a troop of guineas out here and they'll just clean the place up. So anyway, y'all come back and hopefully we'll have some good videos out for you and be able to show you a little bit of what we're doing on on our property here, on the old homestead and the farmstead, whatever you want to call it. I just call it the Back40 because, you know, it's just the name I've given it. Anyway, talk to you later.